How's it going, YouTube? Um, Today I'm just here to talk to you straight up with no no crazy edits or anything like that. I'm just nobody knows me to make edits that crazy. But I want to talk about the progress with my Roblox game. Um this is going to be posted on both my primary channel and also the channel I made for my development on Roblox. Um, so as of right now, I have a thing running on there for what's it called? Don't mind those sounds. That's not a game I'm playing. Um, I've been working with Roblox in general to try to develop like good stuff. So to start, I have been working with the Sans model for a little while. If you guys want to see um, what that looks like, this is what we have right now for the character. In general, he is, pretty decent looking for now. And I've even started working on getting into animating and stuff like that. I might work with materials a bit more for the sake of the character and his design. But yeah, we've made a bit of progress with that. The hand is kind of here. It could look better, but this is what we have for now. So sorry if that's not really too great. In the process, you'll see some stuff here. I've been working on just simple designs for the character, with this containing the chest cavity for Sans and also the soul for the characters, especially for characters that aren't based on Undertale, or like characters that are based on Undertale, but characters that are based on Kara, Papyrus, Gaster, any characters like that. I'm working on something that allows them all to come together in my game as smooth as possible. I got to work on all of the characters some more, but this is Sans in his current form. If you want to see what he looks like in general, I can hook you up with that. He's got his eyes, he's got his mouth, everything's here. I could have done this better, but I couldn't. So this is what we're dealing with. But this is how he looks for now. And later on, I am going to be releasing him for the first time with all of his animations and all of the like mechanics to him in a little while. So you guys have something to be excited about. I don't think I swore in this video yet, like cursed at all. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to let you guys know I'm working on other things aside from YouTube. This is what we have. If you guys are interested in checking out like some of the examples of stuff I've learned on Blender, I will make a separate video for that, and I will show you guys, um, how to do certain things like create your own materials, how to create your own textures, how to kind of 3D model with like not as much effort being put in. I think there's a lot of people out there that try really hard to model their stuff, and I've learned a good handful of things. Um if you want to know about like anything too crazy, I can show you that. Like here, hold on. So you guys know that I've been working really hard. I'm gonna be playing a game while I'm talking, so you guys will be able to hear me talk. But you guys know I've been working hard on this. I've been posting on Twitter. I've been making several announcement videos, all stuff like that in regards to the characters, the game, and their design. And as of right now, like I said, Sans will be the first character I release in the game that actually has all of his animations and all of his working like abilities. So, you know, you'll get to see everything with the character. Another thing I want to talk about is the future of my game. So for the people that I do work with, I'm happy that I work with you guys, but I do want to say that um I might not be using Roblox forever, and the reason why I make this statement in particular is because I know um eventually I'm gonna have to migrate from Roblox because Roblox hasn't been treating their community very greatly. Recently, I figured out that my game personally has been crashing to unknown reasons, and why I couldn't tell you why. I'm trying to figure it out in the process, but um, if ever Roblox stops working for our development, we will make our very own Steam game in regards to all of this, and we will migrate everything. We will bring it back better than it ever has been. Everything will be working, Even if that means I have to abandon Roblox altogether for this, I will do it. I don't expect that I'm gonna have to, but um, you know, I do like the situation I've put myself in without needing to go to like college. I've learned how to 3D model, code, texture design, animate all on my own, not requiring college and knowing the basic stuff. I know that might not seem like a lot to them and like a good portion of the people out there in the world, but it's true. I am very content with where I am at the moment with everything I've learned. Part of that comes from knowing that I have come a great distance with the game even before it's had all of its like changes with the character models, how they are designed. So something that I want to talk about with that is I've just come very far. In the previous game, we have hit 2,000 like visits or like 6,000 visits. I don't know how many, but we have hit such a big portion of players on our game, and I am honestly happy that I was capable of creating a community that likes what I do. Being here with the community and the people to join me in this slow development process to create this awesome like experience for everyone. This also includes stuff like uh you know other games I've designed and potential avatar items that I might develop in the future. The only thing is I have not developed any avatar items yet, and the core purpose of it was mostly because I have been trying to find like high quality concepts for everybody so that way you're not buying my items and it's just, oh, he did a thing. And I don't mind doing low quality items either. I just really want to make a game that is good for everyone with assets that they can buy and have in their name. So, I'm gonna switch back to what I'm doing so you guys don't get bored, but um that's kind of this video. I guess something I will do is I will post another video probably later today in regards to this announcement. Um, but aside from that, I am extremely grateful for those of you that have given me, um, like, for those of you that have appreciated the effort that I've put in on Roblox Studio, creating games that might be good for everybody. And I am also happy that I know we haven't hit a 100 subscriber like goal yet, and I've said this a couple of times that if we hit 100 subs, I will make a Minecraft mod that's very similar to the Skull Cord. However, we haven't hit that goal yet, so that's probably not going to happen until we do. Or in general, that might not happen at all. But regardless, thank you guys for everything. And, you know, I will continue to post videos whenever I can or feel like, it might be cool in my schedule. I said I will be recording like when did I say Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? I think is when I said my recording dates were. I gotta look again, but goodness, I can't get anywhere near this guy. But yeah. So, I guess with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Um, I've made a lot of progress. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna end this video here. I don't know why I said that. Before we end the video, I do want to make some conversation with the community in regards to the plans I have for the Sans Multiverse Battles game. So right now, um, I have talked about this before with several other people that I develop stuff with. A lot of them have decided not to develop things with me and stop developing and whatever. It's fine, Everyone does their own thing. But what's it called? Game mechanics is what I'm talking about. For the Sans Multiverse Battles game, as you all are aware, there are several different AUs in the Underverse franchise or whatever, or Underverse topic. And part of that comes from like several different fan created AUs and AUs that come from higher people in the world, like more equipped with viewers and stuff like that. Um, One of these AUs I do want to mention, since this is probably one of the many AUs out there that people might well know, is the Mirrored Insanity AUs with Dust Sands and Insanity Sands fighting each other. Now, talking about those two, you guys are aware that um in the ending of the third phase, um their bodies kind of merge. I don't want to say their souls fuse or absorb each other or whatever, but they come together and it creates a whole new character that's supposedly stronger, but think of it this way. Imagine taking away like 5% of the power from the character for him to be more deadly and more effective, but not as, strong, like not durable. So, an example of this would be well, actually, we won't even get that deep into it, but, um, yeah, there's going to be a mechanic in my game where if you encounter another character, um, that is specific to a character type, you can fuse your soul with the character or the opposite player of you. And how this will work is during a fight, you can choose to forcefully inject your soul into the character and fuse with them, or you can do it willingly outside of a fight. For an example, uh, I don't really know any other AU that does this, but there's Ink Sands, Dream Sands, and an Air Sands concept where they all fuse together and they create this giant being of some sort. I don't know their name. Um, But then there's also Nightmare Sands, Air Sands fusion, or Night Air fusion, if you will. There's also the Mirrored Insanity AUs. Their souls fuse typically like unwillingly. And something that's weird about the Mirrored Insanity AUs is I've seen several variants of the Mirrored Insanity AUs fuse souls um either willingly or unwillingly and still create this crazy being that just looks so powerful but probably really isn't. um Strength wise, like durability, like he probably gets hit 4 or 5 times and it's over, in comparison to Dust Sands. He could probably take like 7 or 8 hits from the human and live. But something to think about here is like how that would work, because I want to make something that's like, oh, if it's a Killer Sans AU, we're going to take these parts and apply them to this character, and they'll be able to do certain things. So, for an example, one will be capable of controlling maybe tentacles on the back of the character if it's like a Nightmare Sans fusion, or another would be able to control the where the character that is now fused, or the characters that are now fused, go in the game. And otherwise, if the characters decide to split at any time, they can. However, for an unknown reason, I feel like Insanity Sands is going to be the only one for now that can fuse souls with another character. Mostly because of the fact that he's seen in several animations on YouTube doing it. Not that he really has any idea how, but there's no specific lore stating that Insanity Sands just naturally knows how to fuse his soul with another AU. However, I think there are comics out there that exist that talk about this. So, like, imagine forcefully giving your soul to another monster and it transforms them into something different. Like, Sans and Asgore, just skeleton goat lord, basically. So Asgore would lose all of his skin and flesh and every organic part of his body that would exist aside from the bones. However, he would still hold the traits of Asgore. Um, he can now create fire, you and bones. But I'm not sure, like, on a concept for that would be yet. It's weird. There's a lot that I can think of here. There's plenty of stuff that we can talk about together as a community, as, you know, like the public. Um, but I think I will do that actually. Here's something that I will add to the Sans Multiverse Battles game, for fun, or whatever you guys see it as. It'll be fun or it'll be boring, one or the other. Um, I will probably make it to where, um, in order to unlock specific characters, you have to like at least find a way to fuse with another being in some natural way. So we're going to use Nightmare Sands and Air Sands for an example, because this is something that could accidentally happen. Let's say if Nightmare Sands and Air Sands um came together and accidentally got in contact with each other in game, this would cause the characters to fuse in some form, and both players would unlock the Nightmare or Night Air Sands, like the Nightmare Air Sands fusion. If you don't know what I'm referring to, I will show you. Okay, I've haven't seen some of these photos, but I'm talking about a character like this. So this is one example of the Nightmare Air Sans fusion. However, the lore behind this is Nightmare Sans's negative energy reacted to Air Sans's like strings, and it caused the souls to fuse. But um in the reverse, we'll say that Air Sans's strings reacted to Nightmare Sans's negative energy or negative power, and it still caused them to come together and fuse in some way. Now, Air Sans is a very hate like he's a very hateful being in most of the multiverse. He just doesn't like Ink Sans, the fact that he creates new AUs and all this stuff. Air Sans is basically just a form of Sans that hates other AUs for having something better than what he has. Because he used to have a what's it called? Air Sans is like regular Sans, except he's changed to be unstable in several ways. He's lost his world to some kind of timeline, and he got corrupted beyond repair, I would say. So he's kind of living in a world where he just destroys things like this. However, something to keep in mind is Nightmare Sans. He didn't have it very good. Um, Understanding the Adam and Eve topic, um, he became jealous of Dream Sans's ability to bring dreams to other people whilst also being bullied at the same time. All he wanted to do was make people happy, I'm pretty sure, up until a point he got hurt pretty bad by the public or whatever. Dream Sans was typically the one to defend him, but later on in the series, um, Nightmare Sans attempted to hold one of the dream apples and instead corrupted several of them. Dream Sans ended up having to eat the last golden apple from the tree, giving him his powers and everything. And Nightmare Sans ended up eating a corrupt golden apple, I think. It wasn't like a corrupt golden apple, but it was like it was either an apple from Dream's side of the tree or it was an apple from his side of the tree. Either way, it leaves him where he is now. A blue nightmare fuel goopy mess. So, later on, I'm going to work on all of these AUs in the same sense Flygel did, one at a time. There will be changes to several of the characters. They will look different. Parts will be replaced. However, I do need to make it clear that the characters might not look the greatest, but I'm working on it. I don't know what you guys think of the current Sans situation in regards to this look anyway. I gotta give him his spine back. I have to work on several things with him. Like, look at that. His pants are missing the stripes and everything. And that's not good. That is no bueno. So, aside from that, we're going to be working on him a bit more. And until then, I would say that we will see you guys whenever we release the character. So right now, this is how he looks. We have several different, works going for him, but you guys will get to see all of that soon. So anyway, if you guys even watch my videos, I don't know. Thank you for watching. This was simple announcement. This is going on my professional page, like my Roblox professional page, or that channel. And then this is also going on any other channel that you see this on. So anyway, I will leave it here now. So we've talked about everything. We've covered the mechanics of the game, the future of what might change, and everything. So again, if this doesn't work out at some point and I have to move the game off of Roblox, I will move it onto Steam, where you guys can get the game. However, certain things will definitely cost money, but if you guys wish to donate, that's up to you. There will be several open doors and open opportunities for any donation, payment made, anything in the game. And knowing that people play my game on Roblox right now tells me that the game has a chance to really impact the future of Undertale fans. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in a little bit when I get back to working on Sans. Have a good day, everybody, and happy 4th of July. I know it's late. I said this on Twitter too, but happy 4th of July. Later.